everyone, and welcome to another great interview. This time I am featuring Kat Loterzo, and she is an Aussie. She is a dynamo. She is a firehouse of energy and has such a passion for entrepreneurship, which you're going to get to see shared today. Kat, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Jill. So excited to be here and to support you in this book and just to share with everybody.
Two things that you said I want to touch on. One is the unapologetic that I want to come back to. But before I go there, in thinking about, we talked about, this is, you don't wake up and just go on stage and wing it, right? Especially if it's your first time. When you're thinking about what advice you'd give to people who are kind of just starting out, maybe they took a class in high school or college, or, maybe they've had to stand up at their offices and give a presentation, but they really want to come into their own type of presentation style and move to the not textbook public speaker, but a natural speaker. What advice do you have?
Yeah, look, I think you still have to plant that intention and focus that however it goes is going to be perfect, because I think one of the things that's toughest for speakers starting out is fear of screwing it up, and just realizing that if you forget where you're at, or if you say something silly or embarrassing, or you make a mistake, or you just totally fall off the edge of the stage or something, that it's fine, right? You can actually just keep going, and that there's really nothing that you can do that is going to kill you on stage. So it's kind of partly just going, okay, whatever happens is going to be perfect. I'm going to set the intention that this will be exactly as it's meant to be, and just choose to have that faith. But then also having some guidelines in place. I personally won't recommend scripting out an entire speech regardless of the circumstance, because I really believe that if you're a born speaker and communicator, even if you're not practiced at it, that there has to be allowance for going with the flow and for tuning into what's here. So you're not there to be a parrot, right? However, I would probably recommend some sort of kind of stepping points or key guidelines, whether it be, for some people, it depends on your level of confidence. It could even be in your hand, a simple list of bullet points, right? Or a couple of notes. And I think we've all done that stuff even back in school days, of just having little things with notes on them. Or it could be slides, but then maybe on those slides, you just have, on each slide, something that's designed to jog your memory rather than something that you're going to read out line by line. I've certainly done that many times when I was worried that I'll just go off on a big old tangent, right? So the purpose of the slides is to keep me on track, but it might just be one key word or one key phrase, and then from there I can kind of pick it up and run with it. So that's about as far as I'd go as far as guidelines around planning and structure. But the big thing from there is just knowing and trusting that however it comes out is exactly right for that moment in time, and that you can have fun with it as well. Give yourself permission to have fun with it. Don't feel like you need to be one person on stage and another person when you're then down, talking to people afterwards. One of my favorite expressions that I like to say is I don't think that there should really be any difference between the bar and the boardroom. And obviously as entrepreneurs, we're not typically hanging around in a boardroom, but really I just feel like the conversation in a social or fun environment should be the same sort of conversation that you have in business. So if I'm speaking on stage, I'm going to speak in the same sort of way that I would speak if I was hanging out having a cocktail. Depends how many cocktails, but in general, right?
I always say that